Once
Upon a time, in a faraway place, there existed a land with darkness and space. Yet in this story, the dwellers were sad. They were ruled by a dragon named Vlad. You see, Vlad had convinced them to flee from the sun, to live underground, where he said it would be fun. Although this seemed like a good idea at the time, now history has passed, and the result? A crime. Vlad feeds on their whining, cries, and complaints, controlling their hearts with his dark constraints. Now darkness weighs heavy on everyone's soul. It feels like falling in a deep, deep hole. But our story doesn't stay sad or even depressed, for our hero is about to enter this quest. Ceetrus Ollo was his name, but as a star, he lacked in flames. When he was born, his light never shined bright. Today, he walks dimly, as if always in night. Ceetrus Ollo, a name with a curious ring, its meaning faded, a mysterious thing. With that question not solved in his mind, Ceetrus tries to do good and be kind. For Ceetrus also dwells beneath the ground, where darkness and sadness often abound. The mean old dragon who rules like a king makes his people work hard, not earning a thing. One day, Ceetrus's attitude attracted attention. His kindness was reported, which drew suspicion. Why was he different and not falling in line? Hence, the king summoned him to be reassigned. So Ceetrus headed off to the dragon's dark lair, while everything inside of him shouted, "Beware!" Along the passage, a clue caught his eye, a message on the wall, reflective and sly. See equals seek the kingdom of God. Written in letters, now glowing so odd. Ceetrus knew there was a good creator of all, but how does one seek him? He could not recall. With his mind pondering these things, suddenly he saw flames and felt the heat that it brings. As Ceetrus stepped into Vlad's dark lair, the fire-breathing dragon fixed upon him with a glare. In a voice that rumbled deep and dire, the mighty dragon scolded the squire. "Why are you grateful, little one? Partake in this kingdom. Join in the fun." Ceetrus trembled, unsure of what to do. Should he obey the dragon or seek what is true? But then he remembered the words he read, to seek God's kingdom without dread. With courage swelling in his tender heart, Ceetrus refused to play a part. "I won't grumble or bring others down. I'll seek to be kind, even in a different town." The dragon's rage exploded like fire. "You will do as I say, or experience my ire." Ceetrus, startled, recoiled in fear, wondering if Vlad's wrath was near. Guards surrounded him, swift and grim, binding him tightly limb to limb, cast into a dungeon deep below, landing safely on a flattened plateau. As his eyes adjusted to the gloom, he glimpsed a spark across the room. "Who's there?" Ceetrus called, his voice clear. "I am a friend, offering guidance sincere. A choice lies ahead, Ceetrus, my friend. Trust in the one who's there to defend. Sometimes doing right really seems tough. On your own, you feel like you've had enough. Ahead lies a pool, its waters so blue. Look within and see what is true." Ceetrus was discouraged and wanted to rest, but pursued this strange request. In the still water his reflection he saw, nothing too amazing that would inspire awe. But in that moment, in the ceiling so high, a crack appeared with a glimpse of the sky. Water rippled as bright light shone down. Suddenly, brilliance blast all around. Ceetrus stepped into the radiant beam, truth shining forth like a luminous dream. But in a flash, the crack disappeared from above, yet in the darkness lingered feelings of love. The voice again broke the silence at last. "Will you choose to put on the light from above?" it asked. You see, God's light always shines through, but leaves you with a decision to become new. Trusting in Jesus is following him. A life transformed becomes, will no longer be dim. "Yes," responded Ceetrus with a sigh. "It's no longer me trying to get by." The moment passed as a strange sound followed. The dungeon door rasped open as Ceetrus swallowed. In walked the guards with Vlad's official decree. The little star must work in the mines, plus clean up debris. The guards marched him to the messiest of sights, yet Ceetrus chose to live in God's light. In his own strength, it would have been hard to not fill with anger at the mean, watching guards. God's light shines brightly when we do what is right. Spending time with him helps us not be uptight. So Ceetrus toiled, his tasks never few, his workaday duties and cleaning pursued. The story doesn't end with mundane chores, because the Creator's plan held something more. The workers continue to work and complain, but each day the toil felt worse, filled with pain. Many were mad and looked with dismay at the list of tasks they completed each day. Revolt was evident, with nowhere to go. "Let's overthrow Vlad," they shouted below. More shouting and anger occurred that hour. They did not realize that's what gave Vlad his power. At this time, Ceetrus took the opportunity to speak. "Friends, realize that complaining makes your strength leak." Some listened, while others jeered, but Ceetrus's message persevered. It was at that moment that Vlad and his troops came in. He roared for silence with an evil grin. "This puny star carries no weight. With a flick of my finger, I'll send him through Dungeon's gate." And with that, he pulled back his scaly arm, about to level on Ceetrus' harm. Suddenly, Ceetrus transformed in a celestial way. His covering began to crack and decay. Underneath his skin, light really started to shine, brighter and brighter, all part of God's design. Vlad stumbled back as the light shot around, exposing escape from this kingdom underground. Some people cheered, while others shrank in fear, as this new light made their eyes tear. Ceetrus felt his feet float off the ground. He was a star, not meant to be downed. Floating on the air, now dazzled in light, while Vlad and his minions cowered from his sight. A narrow path now led to the sky. Ceetrus followed until he floated way up high. Now in the dark sky he would shine bright, guiding the lost to the true light. Remember, Ceetrus, when your way seems dim, rescue is found in the Creator of him. Will you seek, trust, and follow Jesus today, his good adventure is on constant display. Then you will shine like stars in the sky as you hold firmly to the word of life, Jesus.